time before. There were perfect things. Things fall.
Hello, and welcome back to the Unity broadcast. In last week's episode, we established the Dark Knight's motivation for wanting to take out the Man of Steel, the death of Lucius Fox. Superman has now agreed to work with the government to atone for the death and destruction in Metropolis, and in this week's episode, we will discuss how Lex Luthor ties into this whole thing. However, no slight to Jesse Eisenberg, but we've decided to go with a more traditional Lex Luthor. Walter White. Let us know your Lex Luthor fan casting in the comments below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks. We have a lot to unpack in this week's episode, so without further ado, let's get right into it.
For Lex Luthor in our universe, we don't have the skinny, cynical psychopath from BVS. Instead, we have the suave, sophisticated businessman who possesses the tenacity to pursue a career in politics. Much like the goated animated series depiction of the character. For this role in our universe, we have chosen Bryan Cranston, Walter White himself. We feel that he has the appropriate acting ability for that character and for the time period.
You're goddamn right.
Lex Luthor and Superman are revealing the Superman statue to the world. Bruce Wayne is there, and so is Lois Lane. She's asking him a few questions of where he's been the last few years. Jimmy Olsen's there as well, but he's not gonna get shot in the face. We're just gonna replace him with this guy. I mean, it's the obvious choice. This is the character you should have played to begin with. Super vandalism. This scene was meant to establish that the world has been affected by the Black Zero event in many different ways. Wallace Keefe had lost his legs and grown a hate for Superman. But what if it wasn't Wallace? Let's do some rewriting. This scene does an excellent job of introducing us to a puppet-like character who would easily be manipulated by Lex Luthor later on in the film. But instead of leading him to a sudden death, we'll use this opportunity to introduce a character from Superman's Rogues Gallery. John Corbin, aka Metallo. Much like the animated series, Lex Luthor will trick Corbin into a procedure to repair his legs. And in our hypothetical story, this is executed with a cybernetic augmentation program, run by LexCorp, using Kryptonian technology left in the Indian Ocean from Man of Steel. While in the process, Corbin holds Superman responsible, further fueling the hate he already has for him.
Superman?
Yes. I have a luncheon to attend, but I expect to hear the tragic news about him just before dessert.
This would set up a third act conflict in the climax of the film. More on that later.
This city is gorgeous at night.
Is it? I wasn't looking at the city.
Music begins to play as if on cue. Sparks are flying between Lois and Bruce. But it has to feel earned. The audience needs to feel this connection. So let's take it back a few days. Things have changed in 18 months. This strained relationship, the world needed a hero. Lois needed Clark. With that power comes monumentous responsibility. The world needs Superman. Lois is moving on. She has a date tonight with the richest guy in town.
Stop smiling. It's not a joke.
But the richest guy in town has skeletons in his closet. He's wounded on the inside, and the world doesn't know this. Oh, let's take a leaf out of the '89 Batman, with Alfred facilitating his interaction with Lois.
I feel that there's a certain weight that lifts when she is here.
Alfred, why don't you marry her?
That's not exactly what I had in mind, sir.
Bruce entertaining the idea so he can get closer to Superman, but in the process, he may just take a liking to her. With that knowledge, our story will then pick up with Lois having to leave their date earlier because she has to get up in time for a meeting with an Indian ambassador to facilitate answers to the rumors of a rock that hurt Superman. During this interview, the ambassador reveals plans to destroy the rock because India is forever grateful for Superman for saving them. But this interview may not go the way Lois has planned, and Superman may face a challenge he's never experienced before. We have reached that time again, the end of an episode. As you can see, we're building this new hypothetical universe from the foundation that was left from Nolan's first two films. In episode 1 we mentioned the possibilities being endless. Here you can see pieces are starting to fit into place as we build the bridge to what was established in Man of Steel. We are bringing in elements of the animated series tying in Lois and Bruce's relationship, setting up conflicts with characters from Superman's mythos. We are greatly taking advantage of perfect moments to introduce characters from the comics to use later in this hypothetical story and beyond. Please join us next week for part 3 of the DCEU The Could Have Been. If you would like to follow us on our socials, links are in the description below. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video. Until next time, this is the Unity Broadcast, signing off.